Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. This is another messages from the angels reading. I'm doing these readings for people who might be looking out for synchronicities, for messages from the angels, from their beloved uh, people, family, loved ones who had crossed over. My name is Ahorangi Starchild and I am New Zealand based. So during this reading, I would like you to pay attention to the images on the cards. I'll show you the cards, and it is through these images that I'm trying to create opportunities for your angels and loved ones to send you synchronicities to communicate with you. If you're waiting for signs or signals that someone is around you, that they're there supporting you, that they are okay, but it's also to bring illumination concerning maybe situations that you feel you need more information on. So if you're a first time viewer, please click like if you like this video. If you like my style, please subscribe, please share my videos. I'd like to get my numbers up, I'd like to get my views up. My website at the moment is under construction. I'm finding ways to I want a more interactive website, so I'm working on that. And so for now, my Facebook and email is available if you need to contact me for readings. My fees are affordable. Everything's listed below in the drop box. And feedback for these readings are always so very much valued. I like to find out if my readings actually find the people and help people. That's why I'm doing them. So I want to say welcome to my soul family, my tribe. Thank you for watching, following. Thank you for all your support. I feel you in my heart. I feel you in my energy. Thank you for just being there. It's such a beautiful feeling to be a part of this collective and know that I have brothers and sisters all over the world, a sense of belonging. And if you're a new viewer, thank you for joining our soul tribe. Thank you for vibing with us. Thank you for just being part of this beautiful space of love and light, support, and thank you for sharing this journey with me. Okay, so we'll jump into this reading. I'll show you the cards. So this is the Tarot de NUIT. I'll list the decks I use below. Then I'll also be using Talking to Heaven by James Van Praagh and Doreen Virtue. I'll also be using Numerology Guidance Cards by Michelle Buchanan. And I'll be using Angel Therapy Oracle cards by Doreen Virtue. Let's jump in. Okay, so I'll basically describe a situation and what the angels are trying to convey in the way of messages and what they're busy doing. So we have the Two of Swords. So the angels are stepping forward with people to support people who need to make important decisions. Now look at this lady. She's sitting. She's looking over her shoulder. There's a little bit. It's either sunset or sunrise, but I feel it's more like a sunset. And she's clutching a shell to her chest. She's a mermaid. So images of mermaids. And look, she's sitting. There's someone lying beside her there. Okay, so I feel like this is an important decision concerning a relationship, especially with her clutching that shell to her heart, that it's about, should I move forward? Should I stay where I am? Should I stay with this person that's drowning in their own, I feel like, misery? She has like these almost tears there's like images of these little tears in her eyes. You can't see them, but she's crying little shells too. So I feel like the angels are stepping forward to assist people who needs to make a decision and maybe have been feeling stuck in a situation concerning a relationship. Now, whether this relationship is over and they're struggling to move forward in their life and they don't know how to move forward, or this could be coming to the realization that this relationship that I am in is not working and I need to make a decision to get some forward movement for myself, because this guy here is dead. He's unconscious, is not present. Okay. The next card is, yep, the shit's on fire. So something is burning down, something is coming to an end. We have the Ten of Wands here. So the decision that needs to be made is, just coming to that place where this relationship is taking too much energy. I can't carry this burden of this relationship anymore. The Two of Swords is putting off making the decision, sometimes lingering, procrastinating, but yet this person knows that it's time to move on because it's burning. It's burning. There's nothing that she can do about it. It's she's exhausted, maybe even, and she feels quite alone. And look how she stands in front of the window. She's illuminated. There is illumination concerning the situation coming to her, but she knows it's time to move on. It's time to put down this heavy burden. We have the Five of Swords. So there has been conflict. There has been words spoken. The angels knows about what is going on. Someone might have been quite mean, wanting to win at all costs, not holding back in their self-expression. There could have maybe even been more than two people involved. Maybe it was like, a friendship circle, or these people choosing sides, especially when a relationship comes to an end, the friend circle, I feel, is getting involved and people are starting to choose sides. Things are being said that's quite hurtful. So we have conflict that we're dealing with, and we have the Five of Cups. Oh my gosh. There is a lot of heartache and loss here. This is like a total breakup. This is an emotional, mental, energetically, this is going through a very, very, very hard breakup. And the angels want to let you know that they know about everything that's happening behind the scenes, as well as, like right in front of you. We have the Ace of Wands. So I feel like she's been, there's blood in her hair. I feel like and these the key to her heart. Okay. So I feel like with this Ten of Wands and this Ace of Wands coming here, the Ace of Wands following on the Ten of Wands means that you are going through the process of putting down, realizing that the decisions that you make to put things down that is too heavy for you. It's too much of a responsibility. The load is too heavy to carry. By acknowledging your own human limitations in the situations, things that you can control and things that you can't control. You can control how you feel. You can control how you process your emotional loss. And by actively making the choices to deal with situations as they come up. It's almost like a little bit of a crisis management that I pick up here. Through crisis management, you'll be able to find your way to a brand new, fresh start. But the thing is, it is to acknowledge how heartbroken, how depressed, how conflicted you are. So this Five of Swords could also be about inner conflict. It's not necessarily a friend, a group situation. It could also just be the inner conflict concerning the situation that you need to make a decision on, that is a heavy burden to carry. when you acknowledge the challenges you are facing and pull your head out of the sand, because that's what the Two of Swords can be, procrastinating, not wanting to acknowledge what's right in front of you. Once you start to do that, you'll be able to find your way to move forward. You will be able to see, especially with that blood in her hair, you'll be able to come to a new understanding of the situation, because the way these cards are falling, she's looking out over this whole kind of chaos and pandemonium that is playing out, because this lady, she's looking to the past, she's looking over her shoulder, but this one is meeting it head on. So I do feel your angels are helping you to process all this huge loss. And I kind of feel like if it's not a relationship breakup, this could be an issue in the past that keeps on coming up, and it's waiting for you to I kind of like feel a deep psychological issue here. This could be abuse. This could be a heavy burden that you've been carrying for a very long time, and also being internally conflicted about how to process this burden, how to let go of it. And there's this huge amount of sadness and regret that comes along with the situation. But I feel like the angels are helping you to resolve this. We have the Six of Cups. So this is the card of the past popping up. So I do feel like for some of you, this is a situation of the past. We have the Knight of Wands. We have messages coming in concerning this situation. And this Knight of Wands, which is Sagittarius, Aries, Leo, is falling right underneath this Ten of Wands here. We have the Ten of Pentacles, so that for some of us it could involve family issues. And this lady, even though she's beautifully dressed, that headdress kind of like reminds me of Medusa. And Medusa was a very poisonous kind of goddess. You couldn't even look in her direction. And she's also wearing a veil. She's well dressed, but she's wearing a veil. She's well presented. There's something slightly creepy about this. So I feel like it could be a situation that you have to deal with conflict in the family, because this falls just below the Five of Swords. Ten of Pentacles to me is a family card, is a DNA card. We also have this Knight of Pentacles right next to it, and this heavy burden to carry. So I feel like this could potentially be an issue of the past in the family that keeps on repeating itself. And it's not necessarily in your generation. It could be a generational thing in the family that keeps on repeating itself. That's the one issue. But it could also be, once again, a relationship of the past with a soulmate who has been in and out of your life. And this person not being stable, this person not being present, as being a heavy burden, them coming and going on their terms, and kind of, leaving you to do the relationship most of the time all by yourself. You investing a lot of energy in a relationship where someone just comes in for their energetic fix, and then once they have their fix, then they leave again. So this Ten of Pentacles is Taurus, Capricorn, Virgo energy. So I do feel like after a time of instability, of someone coming in and out of your life, I feel like the angels are assisting you to create long-term stability and security for yourself. That is a central issue, is how are we going to start to feel more secure in ourselves? How are we going to create long-term financial stability, long-term goals, or at least something to look forward to, because we have a very depressive energy to start out of. It's almost like you're in this deep pit of despair. And this Ten of Pentacles is a very practical card. It's ruled by Taurus, Capricorn, Virgo. So that is the plan, is to how do I get myself out of this deep dark pit. And we have the Ace of Wands. Your energy is starting to pick up because you are starting to get the mental information and perspectives to help you to move forward, and the angels are helping you with this. We have the Four of Swords, so there is a period of recovery. Allow yourself to feel your emotions. Allow yourself time to process your emotions. If you're having a bad day, acknowledge, I'm having a bad day. Take a time out. Make the time to spend time by yourself in pursuits that brings you peace, that puts you in a place where you can mentally digest and sort of kind of meditate. And this could be you just keeping your hands busy with gardening or reading or playing your favorite game or whatever it is, but something that can just let your mind rest a bit. Okay, so we have this clock ticking here, so I feel it's only a matter of time before you come out of this. There is a lot of information that's being digested, and the Four of Swords to me is there is a lot of things happening in the dream time while you're sleeping. I feel like your angels are working with you um, in the time while you're sleeping or while you are keeping your hands busy with something else. Your mind is physically clicking away in the background, problem solving. There's a lot of cobwebs in this card, so cobwebs might be a thing to show you that your angels are close by. There's clocks here. You might even hear clocks ticking. So we have the Page of Cups. If you've been waiting for messages to come in to illuminate to someone like a soundboard, maybe a friend, this could be someone who's just messaging you, someone who you can talk to via phone, maybe texting, maybe emailing, maybe going on Facebook and talking things out with a friend, brainstorming. I feel like there's someone around you with a great sensitivity, maybe also someone part of your soul family, not your DNA family, because it speaks to the Six of Cups here. The Six of Cups and the Page of Cups to me is Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio, and that brings in an emotional element, especially together with this Five of Cups. So there is someone around you who is very open, very gentle, very kind, intuitive, spiritual, creative, and they are very much available to help you process your internal or be the soundboard to your internal processes, whether it's you working your way through a serious relationship breakup or some sort of internal conflict. There's someone around you who's willing to listen. And I see this, see how beautiful she is? But look, there's a skull there. So this is someone with whom you can share your deepest, darkest feelings and perspectives with. And this person, even though they look beautiful and innocent on the outside, they'll be able to handle your dark. Okay, so I feel like for some of us there is quite a bit of shadow work that we're doing. So shadow work is about becoming aware of how you process your own darkness and becoming aware of your own darkness, your own dark thoughts, because our darkness is just much part of us as our light side. Okay, we're also in transit. We have Venus in Scorpio, we have Mercury in Scorpio, we're going to have the Sun going into Scorpio next week. Eventually we'll have Mars in Scorpio, and all of this energy is, if you think where you were last year October with a huge Venus retrograde in Scorpio, this reading, I feel like it will bring things up that you haven't been dealing with since then. Okay, and I kind of felt like this is why I was drawn to this Tarot de la NUIT deck, because it's a very dark deck. So I feel like for some of us we're doing shadow work, but your angels are helping you with this. It's part of our human journey. We have the Eight of Wands. So I feel like there is definitely communication coming in. There's someone you can speak to concerning this internal conflict or this breakup or this disintegration of relationships in your life. And it's going to speed things up for you. Once you realize what the issue is that you're meant to be dealing with, for once and for all, that is when things will start to speed up for you. There's communication, maybe even a little bit of a short travel. Maybe you decide to go visit a friend from the past. Maybe there is someone who lives a short distance from you that you can go and visit, or someone is coming to visit you. But I feel like this is someone you feel very comfortable with, very close to, and that there's a beautiful soul connection here that is supporting you. And they have been supporting you through many lifetimes. I need to say this. The Three of Wands. So I do feel there's a distance maybe between you and the person or this issue. If there's someone who you have to deal with in the way of a relationship, part of the issue could be that there's distance between the two of you. We have this lady holding a skull. She has a snake staff. She's waiting for something to happen. And she's quite willing to, she knows that she's expended energy and she's waiting for her ships to come in. Three of Wands is about also having the overview of your life, taking the higher road, making a decision to move forward, stepping through an open door and moving forward. So I feel like with this internal or this very painful situation that someone is dealing with, that they will be finding a way to move forward in some way, shape, or form, and they'll be willing to embrace whatever chaos and carnages come with the situation. It is to have a look at this situation, make an assessment to say, all the communication has been done. This is the current situation, and how can I move forward? And it's literally picking your, picking your, I wouldn't say battles, but it's literally picking up the pieces that you feel you can still use and discard the rest. We don't have the death card here, but I feel like there is a process of elimination that's taking place, but I feel it is happening in a subconscious level. We have the Six of Wands, so there is success coming, especially after that Eight of Wands. So you're starting to move forward, and then there is success. There's a big breakthrough. And I feel like the angels, because the Six of Wands are falling just below the Ten of Pentacles, so that long-term security that you're creating for yourself, by yourself, through long-term planning, through perseverance, doing every day what you need to do to get yourself through the day, because these are very dark cards. Okay, there's no ways that I can dress this up to make it something pretty. This reading is for someone who's truly struggling with either dark night of the soul, a deep depression, and just having been dealt a shit hand. Okay, a shit hand from God or life, or however you want to see it. But yet at the central of all this, I feel like the process that involves dealing with this is to, when you go out in the day with your being in public, being visibly seen socially, you dress yourself up to feel beautiful. You cover up your pain and your emotional loss by doing your hair, by making sure that you are dressed immaculately, taking care of yourself in the most fundamental way. It's almost like you're painting a picture for society to see a totally different picture of what's truly happening in you or in your life. You are creating an image of success and stability when you are experiencing everything but. So in a way, I feel like there's a sense of, especially since she's wearing a veil, I feel like she's not 100% herself. She's not authentic when she goes out in public, but at the same time, this is her saving grace, because no one needs to know her business. Okay, this is about keeping it private. This is about keeping your stuff private, and very few actually knowing about the internal struggle. But I feel like by doing that, this is giving you the recipe to be successful either at work, that there will be some sort of forward movement at work for you or in your life, because you refuse to give up. You refuse to curl up and die. You refuse to give up on your own long-term goals in spite of everything. So you dress up, you go out, and you do what you need to do for yourself every day. And sometimes you don't even know why or how you actually get to do that, because you're digging deep. You're exhausted. You're kind of like hanging on by, the last thread. Look at that. She's actually holding a thread there in her hand. I'm hanging on by the last thread. And this could be psychologically, digging deep. Maybe even counseling of some kind would be a good idea at this point in time. But, holding that thread to me is also about, once again, this past life connection, because we know that our soulmates, we are tied together by threads, energetic threads. So I do feel like there is soul family around you that's supporting you, and this is also giving you that forward momentum, that beautiful fiery energy coming in, Sagittarius, Aries, Leo energy, that propelling you forward in spite of everything else. And I said propel forward. Here's the Chariot. So Chariot is ruled by Cancer. There's a big, big, big moon there. We are going to have the new moon in Scorpio. So I feel like with all that Scorpio energy, that everything that's been hidden is going to be illuminated. Okay. There's things that's going to come to light, that is going to shed light on subjects, so that you can actually work through it, process it on an emotional level, so that you can finish off with it and move on. We do have the Ace of Wands here, which is a brand new fresh start. We have the Chariot. Chariot is moving fast. Chariot is about on the highway, the motorway of life. This is where people need to get out of your way because you're moving. And this lady, she's sitting on, so have a look at this card. So this is very much an Aladdin type card. She's sitting on she's going on a magical carpet ride. But look how her heart is illuminated. And she's wearing red pants, trousers. So she's grounded. She knows she's grounded, and her crown chakra is illuminated by the moon, following her intuition, for being emotionally stable. So I feel like the angels are saying that they're helping you, especially through cycles of the moon or connection to the moon, to help you work through your emotional situation. She's also holding there, it looks like chess pieces. So I feel like if you need to play a game of chess, it almost feels like it's the two horses, right? It's the yin yang energy, but they come across as chess pieces. So maybe you also have to play the game. You have to be very discerning on how and you apply your energy. So because there are other people involved here, there's conflict involved here. It's about when to move forward, when to go slow, when to say something, when to keep quiet, when to lay low, when to go out in the public. So because we have these two cards right next to each other, which is your public recognition or being out in society, and then we have this card that turns in, that is a card of recovery and taking a time out. So she totally knows when to go and when to stay, but when she goes, she goes. So there's nothing holding her back, and she's steering this carpet with her mind. That is how you fly a magic carpet, is you steer it with your mind. Okay, you drive it with your mind. And then we have the Empress. So we're going from the Chariot to the Empress. And this lady, she's sitting there, she's slouching. She's been through the wars a bit, okay, but she's made it through on the other side. And I feel like there is a lot of challenges that you resonate with this reading, there are many challenges that you need to deal with on heart level, mental level, even spiritual level. And it's required you to dig deep. But there she is. She's sitting on a throne. She's slouching. Um she's been a little bit through the wars, okay, but she's still sitting on a throne. She's still the empress, ruled by the moon, Taurus, Venus, and Cancer energy. So very grounded, coming into the power of abundance. But I do feel like there is time that's needed to recover. So I want to draw some. I think I want to do angel cards first, because I do feel like the angels are very much aware of what is going on, and they want to let you know that they are there for you. There are lots of images here where there's a light in the dark. There's a little lamplight, street light. The angels want to illuminate your way for you. Look how the light is breaking out through the sky there in the heavens. There is this lady's crown chakra is really beautifully decorated, so I do feel like there is a lot of things that you do know, that you know, even though other people might tell you otherwise. There is just that sense of cognizance. There are people around you that is going to bring in illumination, people that also have knowledge to contribute, to support you. We have a lot of light breaking through the dark. We have even thunder. There's thunder and lightning, so that's powerful energy from the heavens stepping through. We have this beautiful moon. And then what I really like about this card, even though she's slouching, there is blossoms around her. Life is starting to show itself around her. It's like she's made it through a very dark, challenging kind of period. But I do feel like by persevering, getting up and showing up, that is what is keeping you going, knowing that you are connected to your soul family. I feel like maybe even some DNA family is there for you. So just put this reading where it fits and let me know if it resonates with you at all. So this is someone doing dark night of the soul work, shadow work. Okay. So what do the angels have to say? Crown chakra. We have spoken about the crown chakra quite a bit. It says, pay attention to your ideas as they are messages of true divine guidance sent in answer to your prayers. And we have a moon there once again in the background. We have all those little waterfalls. So look at that images. We have a temple there. So any of these images, your angels or ancestors, loved ones will use to guide you, to tell you that you are on the right path. I'll draw us another one, another angel card. Thank you so much for watching and for tuning in. Thank you for sharing this beautiful journey of light with me. So there's another two, third eye. And it says, it's safe for you to see the energy of love in all its forms, such as angels, auras, and visions. Okay. So I feel like with this, visions that you have, I feel like it might be your dreams. And then we have listened to your intuitive feelings. There's an angel sitting there with blossoms. There's a rainbow. Your body is receiving accurate messages from the divine. So trust your intuition. Trust if something doesn't feel good, it's not good. Okay, and if it's good, go. If it's not good, don't go. So if you've been waiting for messages from a loved one who has passed, I'm using my James Van Praagh Talking to Heaven. And these cards aren't necessarily, you know, for people who passed. You can use them as advice as well. But these images on these cards that I will show you. We will be together again. And there's images of people paddle boarding. So this could be if you are in emotional turmoil because of a relationship that didn't work out and you're not speaking to each other, that there's distance between the two of you. And if you are wishing to restore this relationship, there will be an opportunity to reconcile. Okay, because we do have the Chariot, we do have the Empress's outcomes, and your angels are helping you to achieve your objective, but it is about what you want. You are the person who directs your magic carpet as to where you want to go. But if you want a reconciliation, there is a possibility of a reconciliation. But if you've been waiting for a message from somewhere crossed over, they're telling you that they are with you and you will see each other again. So when I get this card, this is most probably the person that'll be the first person that you see upon your own passing. That's the way I would take that card. The next one is, it is beautiful where I am. So I feel like the outcome, your angels are letting you know that there's still beauty around you. It is about the perspectives that you choose to have. You know, in our darkest of darks, it's very difficult to see the light. And I have been through some very challenging times in my life, and I know that sometimes it's very difficult to even appreciate the smallest or notice the smallest little bit of beauty in life. But the angels are letting you know that there is beauty around you if you just open your mind, or at least just set the intention to see beauty, even if you can't. Okay, your loved ones also letting you know that it's beautiful where they are, and there's a beautiful scenic image here of either a sunset or a sunrise. Last card from this. So I do feel like everything will resolve itself, that this is just, we do have the Ten of Wands, we have the Ten of Pentacles, so this is finishing off with something, okay? Totally finishing off with something. Here we go, we are soulmates. And we have a frangipani there. So those flowers, they in the summer, they bloom in the summertime and they're beautiful. So this is a time frame for me of summertime, wherever you are, northern hemisphere, southern hemisphere. This is summertime. And we are soulmates. The person that you're thinking of, the person that you feel is fundamental in helping you to move forward through this situation, is someone who's part of your soul family, and they're letting you know we are soulmates. So let's have a look at numbers, if you've been seeing numbers. Well, we have number 16. Look at the colors. And it says rebirth. Yes, indeed, you are busy with the rebirth. Even though we don't have the death card here, but I do feel all these cards speak deeply to me about a deep transformation on a psychological, emotional level, maybe even on a spiritual level, that we need new spiritual perspectives, you know, something to believe in. Because that 1 and that 6 is a 7, which is a very spiritual number, okay? It's connected to spirit. It's connected to spending time by yourself. It's connected to inner reflection, keeping your own counsel, pondering, and just relying on your own inner wisdom. The other card that flipped over is surrender. I hate that word. I hate So 91 is orangey and purple, and it says surrender. So surrender is very much like, to me it's just wave your white flag and say, I can't deal with this anymore. Your angels want you to pass it on to them. If this burden is too heavy for you to carry, then it is. And look at these numbers, 16 and 91. It's almost like a mirror image of that number. So it feels to me like it's bringing in, like there's maybe a mirroring aspect playing out, that maybe there's someone in your life mirroring you, or you are mirroring someone else. But someone else is trying to teach you something. Synchronicity. Pay attention to synchronicities. Pay attention to all the images that I showed you here. Because this will be like little breadcrumbs and stepping stones for you to move forward, to move through, over, under, around certain situations, so that you can get yourself free and step into the newness of your own life. Okay. I almost feel like I want to do some more cards. So we said soulmate. Okay, so maybe for us, we do have this soulmate card here. So I'm going to do my soulmate cards. If you've been waiting for, or you need to get a message from your soulmate, okay, and you are in separation or you're not in contact, there's like a distance between the two of you. So this is a message from your soulmate to you, whether they are past or here, okay? And what I also kind of see is with this rebirth, like birthing is a process that is, it takes time. It's painful. It's not something that happens very fast. And the only thing that a woman can do while she's giving birth is to surrender to that pain. You have to accept that experience of pain and know that you are kind of like at the mercy of it, not fight it, but just to go with it. And that is what it is saying, is like, if you surrender to this process of rebirthing in your life, it will become a little bit easier if it's been a real huge struggle for you, and that the angels are communicating with you through synchronicities to help you through this process of birthing and rebirthing. Okay, so we have 3 cards that fell out, and I'll take them. So it says, my love is like an ocean, forever longing for your shore. You are an eternal ocean of love. I close my eyes and my heart is filled with rose quartz light. So rose quartz, pink, light pink colors as a synchronicity. You are entering a period of positive change, deep and profound transformations that occur at the deepest level of your being. You emerge with a renewed passion for life, full of romance and creativity, which speaks to me with that Empress. That Empress is that beautiful creativity. It's abundance. It's having everything you need, being fully independent and how do I say it, self-reliant. The Empress she's the queen of all queens. She rocks her own show. She doesn't need anyone. So I feel this progression of starting off with having to make a decision, maybe a very difficult decision, and then coming out through the path that you choose, coming out on the other side, reclaiming your own power, coming back into your own strength. Last card. Close your eyes and feel your spiritual connection to everything on this planet. Every person, animal, tree, and flower. Feel the ocean, the wind, the sky. all in perfect harmony, moved by the one eternal flow of love. So this speaks to me with that feeling that I said sometimes it's so difficult to see the positive when we say surrender. It's difficult to do that because we have a human factor here. But I feel like if you could just, for a moment, in that time when you rest, when you let your hands do whatever it does and you let your mind drift, to become aware that there is a lot of beauty in this world that surrounds you, even though you can't really see it, maybe try to feel it. So thank you for watching. Please give me feedback on this reading. I loved reading for you. Have a beautiful day, and thank you for joining me on this journey of love, peace, and beauty. Light and love, everyone. Have a beautiful day.